Thursday morning, and I'm the only one making noise in the woods. I'm going to head over to the stump line, but I gotta grab something first.
In my despair yesterday, I left this behind. Hopefully when it dries out it still works. Right down this lane is where I was yesterday in the blind. That hen was milling about right in here. I got my decoy up, and right here is where I was yesterday when I shot at the turkey up there.
So then I did something in hindsight was stupid. I left the property and I went into town to do a water resupply. So now I'm coming back and I'm going to get into that 4x4 blind down by the water hole.
I got some birds in a spot that if I was in that stupid blind like I'm supposed to be right now, they'd kind of be working their way toward me. I'm going to try to get a little closer, see if I can't call something in.
After taking way too long, I set up on the birds. They were down in this field, but now they're gone.
I completely lost them. So I'm looping around. Maybe they're going to where I was this morning. So I'm running the ridge top around. See if I can't get over there. Well, I got no idea where they went. So now I'm just kind of walking the ridge back, setting up every so often and calling. I was about to call it and go check a spot around the corner, see how they're accessing the other side of the property, and then do a bunch of prep stuff, get everything ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow's supposed to be sunny for at least the morning. And I'm kind of hoping that'll get them gobbling on the roost. When I heard a distant gobble, and then I just heard it again this way. Almost seems like it's walking left to right, which would be about west to east. It's well on another property. I should probably go check out that other side, how they're accessing it, because that would put me real close, or a lot closer to that gobbler up there, and then I could get probably a better pinpoint on where he's at. Then if he's moving away from me, I could probably get back over here quick and get to that corner of the property. So I'm going to go do that.
I got over here to the other side of the property. The top of the ridge on this side is a county road, and that's the property boundary. I think I might have heard two gobbles way over there. So if that's the same bird, it was traveling in that direction pretty quick, because it seems even further away now than it was when I was over there. But this gave me a chance to recon a place to park, a way to jump up here real quick, so if their birds are coming east to west, I can maybe come over here and cut them off. I'm out scouting another piece of ground, and so far I found a feather and a couple sets of footprints. So we know the turkey have at least been through here.
That night I went to the back corner of the property to try to roost birds, and I heard some way out on other properties. Could be several properties over. Friday morning, the plan is I'm going to sit in the woods near the blind that's near the water hole, and by 10 o'clock I'm going to be sitting in that blind overwatching the water hole.
That was crazy. I was just down here putzing around, and all of a sudden the gobbler boomed right up the hill. So I sat down real quick, and here it came. I saw it at probably 45 or 50 yards. It went behind a tree, and I figured it'd just keep coming downhill. It's not like I was calling to it. And disappeared. Haven't been able to see him. Finally decided to pull out a call. Nothing. But there's one goblin up there where I took a shot at that one 2 days ago. I might need to go move on them.
So I make a move on the bird, I get set up, and I'm looking uphill. He's up on the top of the hill, probably just on the neighbor's property. I give him a few soft calls on the box call. He's talking back to me really good. Eventually he starts to come down the hill, but he's off on the right. And the only thing I catch every so often is his head and the tip of his tail fan when he struts. So he keeps coming downhill just around the rise. But eventually he gets just close enough.
Oh my goodness. That just happened. That just happened. I am probably 30 yards from the tree I shot at 2 days ago, and he came almost in the exact same path down the hill. Oh my goodness. He cannot resist this box call. Oh my goodness. I lost my box call keeper. Oh my goodness. That's okay. I'll lose another box call keeper if I need to. And then he wouldn't come straight at me. I had great. The sun is in his face coming down the hill, and I thought I'd be good to go. I'll just get him. When he's coming down the hill, he can't see me at all with the sun in his face. Even though it'd be fairly close, I'd have my time to take a good shot, take good aim, and then he kind of came down over the crest of the hill. So what I really only ended up getting a chance to shoot at was his head and neck. I never really saw his body when I shot. Let's get a picture of him here real quick. That's my first Wisconsin bird. And I've hunted this property hard 2 years ago, and then obviously again this year. And they love that hill up there for some reason to gobble on. It's a high point. It's clear. It's a pasture, and it's clear. And it's got this ridge that feeds down to that water hole I've been sitting at. What a morning. I had that one come in from out of nowhere. I was actually cutting a few branches from in front of me, and all of a sudden it boomed up the hill. It came right down this little ridge I was sitting on last night. I went over there. I was sitting on that ridge last night, and I almost went up there this morning. And if I did, I might have got a crack at him. Oh. Here we go. Let me, it's a pretty good sized bird. When he calms down, we'll do the obligatory fan. Alright folks, check this out. Here's the bird, and right there, that's the branch I shot the other day, 2 days ago. And right there, that big one in the back, is the tree I was on 2 days ago. Today, I was on that big oak right through the back there. I almost went to that big oak over there, but I had too much stuff in front of me. Well, folks, that was one heck of a hunt, and I'm so glad it did not end on that heartbreak. I don't know if this is the same bird from 2 days ago, but I am sure glad he gave me the second chance.
I got a second chance at my first Wisconsin turkey.
Once again, the turkey vest makes a good carrier. If I could just keep this one from unbuckling.
That closes out turkey season on a very high note. I needed that redemption that was bugging me for the past 48 hours. Just bugging me that everything went perfect, textbook, and then I blew a tree away. 2 years ago, I was standing on the ridge up above where I was this morning just now, and rookie mistake, made a call, didn't hear anything, and then just stood there when I should have been sitting down when I called, because a bird came, saw me standing there in the wide open, and left. A couple days later, I had a bird, I called him in, and he actually came in, but he didn't come within 50 yards of me. My setup probably wasn't great for that particular bird, and I was trying to get him to come across the field, and he wouldn't. He skirted the wood line and then just didn't come over the next ridge. He just went up the little finger right next to me, and so wasn't able to close the deal 2 years ago, and then messed up Wednesday, opening day, shooting a tree. Should have been in that blind, which is actually below that one, where the turkeys went by yesterday. And then this morning I had that close encounter, and I was actually just cutting a few limbs when he boomed right above me. So I just sat down, and he came over the hill. He went behind, he got to about range, and then through some kind of thick stuff, and then he turned to his left, my right, and he went behind these trees, and I thought that he'd come down the little crest of that hill, and I'd be able to take him on the right side at 35 yards or so. Disappeared. Then he didn't answer. When I finally moved to get my call out, he didn't answer it, but by then this one was gobbling in the same spot he was 2 days ago. So I went up there and really debated about sitting in that same tree, and I might have got away with it. He came down right to it, but I said that'd be a little too much. I'd already be lucky enough if he came off the hill this time. Sure enough, he's got to cross a little fence, and he came off the hill. A little redemption on that one, and I thank him for the mulligan. So now I'm going to actually head into town and have coffee with Jeff and his brother. I think I can even make it in time. I thank those of you who have followed this little series a little late. I know it's not published timely per se, but a couple reasons for that. One is a lot of times I just don't have the time or connectivity to make the video. It does take a long time to edit, especially when you got a bunch of clips that turn out to be nothing. You got to see what those are when you think you got a bird coming and nothing happens. And two, I don't like to do it in real time because then everybody knows I'm not home. Kind of a paranoid security thing. So I thank you for following along on this series. It was a great turkey season. The harvests were good. The lessons learned were good. Yeah, that was a good one. Well, my last time down the drive. I've gone from a sweet exhaust leak to a sweet belt squeak. Exhaust leak, belt squeak. Replaced the belt, and that lasted about 1,500 miles.
It is back again. Must not be the belt.
This road trip was awesome, and the season as a whole was awesome. I got to thank Bart, John, and Jeff for giving me places to hunt, giving me places to stay, and showing me the ropes. I can only hope that next season is half as good as this one. But now it's time to head home.
And with lots of bug guts on the windshield, that wraps it up. April 27th to May 14th. Thanks for watching.